Okay, good evening. Good evening. First off, wasn't that terrific news, Gary? I was listening to you so intently, I forgot what I was going to say next, actually. But what Gary forgot to say was that the 85% is going to be an exclusive to Mortgage 2000. Is that right? But again, that will make a huge, huge difference to the market risk. The minute we get any lender suddenly going towards 80%, watch the floodgates open in terms of people wanting to buy property. I was actually in an auction last week over in Aston Villa, 80 lots, had nearly 500 people in the audience looking to buy. It's a lot of people. So therefore, lots of people wanted to get into the market right now. Now then, I've got literally less than 20 minutes to make a 40-minute presentation. So therefore, I normally speak very fast. As you know, it's about to get even faster. So there we go. Now then, just to start, I'm going to talk to you about social housing. Now, one of the golden rules of speaking at all of Simon's events is we never, ever sell things from the stages. What we do not do is a written rule. Tonight, I'm going to change that rule. I'm going to try and sell you something which is you need to look at social housing as part of what you do as your business going forward. Okay? Now then, as you all know, if you speak as well, I just never use PowerPoint because I just got hands like shovels and I always press the wrong buttons and I can't read properly. But anyway, let's try that. That's me. LHC Network is what we do. Now, how many people here currently actually let out to, let's call them the DHSS? Who currently lets that? Okay, quite a few. Good. Now then, for the rest of us, our normal image of council house tenants is that. What's interesting, there's at least one child from every denomination as you go along the line. Yes? That's our image of social housing. Yeah? In other words, we look at people who don't pay us, they either trash the place, whatever they do, they're just not the kind of people we would normally want to put in our properties. That's the established view of council house tenants. Well, not council, because they have the DHSS, now they're called LHA. Yeah? That's our view of them. And very often that view can jaundice what we do in our property business. I was with someone in London last week, and she was saying to me, she said, as a letting agent, no way will we do DHS in this area. I said, why ever not? She said, because they are murderers. She said, because there's drugs. And then she gave me a list of about 7 different things. All these things that, and it all happens to all of these DHS tenants. I said, strange that. I said, because I was in Essex last week, and a lady there said, would never let to lorry drivers. She goes, what do you mean? I said, no, lorry drivers won't let to them. She goes, why ever not? I said, because she told me that lorry drivers, it's terrible. They go around, in Essex, there's all these prostitution murders, and they were going around and the abductions. Said, lorry drivers, absolutely not. So that's a ridiculous point of view. I said, but you started it. So in other words, everybody has these particular views on how things should or shouldn't be. I want to give you a slightly different view of social housing this evening. Because if we look at a new perception of it, first of all, we now know how to get rents of approximately 70% above what you would normally get for your property. So therefore, in the Midlands, right now your average rent in the Midlands on a single AST is between £5,000 and £6,000 on or thereabouts. Whereas we're achieving well over 9,500 in the area and over 10,000 in Birmingham, which is a significant difference. In addition to that, the key things as a landlord is that we're actually getting paid on time, every time, and our arrears and therefore are minimal, and our voids are non-existent, which as a landlord is what you're looking for. Now, if you are currently investing in property and have been for a number of years, not all of you, especially the ones who've been on the mastermind courses, will know how to get over this, but for many of us, we have the following problems. We find that in our property, if it wasn't for the fact that mortgage rates had dropped and we've gone to a reversionary rate, many of us right now would be struggling to pay the mortgages. Because, why? There is a drop in the amount of rent being paid. You're having trouble collecting rent from your tenants because they're becoming unemployed or finding it difficult in work or on short time. Again, some of them know how to work the whole system as well. It's getting tougher. So again, on that, we all know, without going to the fear part of it, interest rates are going to rise. That's a fact. It's going to. Not this year, but it will next year. And again, hopefully, what we're hoping for is that if we can remortgage on higher LTVs, that might help us. But if not, we've got to look at higher rents. And for many of us as landlords, we also know that at the moment, a single AST just about covers everything. And in many often cases, it doesn't. If the boiler goes down or the tenant moves out or whatever, suddenly we find ourselves in negative cash flow.